How to make an app for your business. Over 1.5 billion people use smartphones in their daily life. Apps have become the de facto method to deliver information and interact with customers and employees. This article will cover the process to create an internal business app to cover the most critical business operations scenarios that will greatly benefit from mobile apps. Steps. 1. Identify the area of your business that needs a mobile app. Start with a single project for your business. Most businesses fail at designing their internal mobile apps because they try to do too much in the first try. Pick something doable where you can measure results. Some ideas are: timesheets. Get an app for your employees where they can report the time spent at work. Combined with GPS location, you can track if their timestamp happened at work. Map the location of customers and their potential sales information. Keep a list of key contacts in your organization. Build an inventory app which includes requests for replenishment directly by employees. Create a simple expense report request. Create an app to inspect sites for constructions, cleanups, or service requests. There are hundreds of potential projects, and you are the best judge of how to get started. 2. Map out what type of data you can collect and what type of data you are already collecting. Most likely you are already keeping your data in spreadsheets or a database. Whichever the case, make a list of the different fields you want to collect from your internal app. Is it only the timestamp per employee? Do you want the inventory app to also include a picture or location data as part of your project? A mobile app can help you with that. A list of requirements will be the best tool to move into the next step. Avoid apps that look good on the front end but are not truly connected to your data sources. Apps that require extra steps to dump data to your own needs are going to be costly to maintain and will keep you burning cycles downloading CSV files, managing the right order of uploads. Request apps that have direct connections to your data sources. If you are mostly keeping your data in spreadsheets, Excel, or Google Sheets, don't worry. There are solutions that help you connect your spreadsheet data without having to move into complex databases just yet. You can try services like AppSheet or SkyGiraffe for internal apps driven from your data. 3. Decide if you want to build it in-house or through an external developer. Building the app in-house. If you don't have developers in-house but would still like to manage the project directly, you can consider a code-free business app builder service. Business app building services are web applications that will help you connect your business data and build mobile apps with certain degrees of complexity. This is a growing industry and searching for providers is easy. You can find providers searching for terms like apps from business data, apps for internal business, apps from spreadsheets. Evaluate the cost of those providers. Some providers will require that you subscribe and pay 12 months to host your app. Evaluate the licensing rules. Is the licensing per user of the app or per number of apps? Decide which one is more beneficial for your business. Multiple of unlimited apps is beneficial for organizations that want a more dynamic mobile app process and want to create and expire apps on the go. Limited numbers of apps is beneficial for organizations that have a more static view of processes. Simply have one process set up, assume it won't change, and have a single app manage the process. Hiring external developers can be time-consuming and costly. Apps usually go from the low thousands to even hundreds of thousands, depending on the size of your business. One of the benefits of external developers is that you will delegate the technical details of your app to a third party. One of the problems with external developers is that you will need to make a high initial investment and commit to an app that may or may not fit your business by the time is ready. If you want to try the developer route for a small business, like online freelance directories will be a good resource. You can post your job and freelance developers will pitch solutions for your project. Keep in mind some key elements for your internal business app. Make sure that they pitch to your requirements and not only slap a nice design. Sometimes you get a promise with a nice-looking app that is not actually connected to your data sources. That will force you to add steps to make sure the data in the app is always up to date. Always start the process with your list of requirements. Don't only publish a project for a business app without listing requirements. You'll get several requests that will not be valuable or you are waste time. Always check that your business data will be in sync with the app. If they cannot provide a reasonable explanation of how that will be achieved, then look for another developer. 4. Prototype and test your app. If you choose the in-house process, the app building platforms will let you share the app with a small set of stakeholders to collect feedback. The distribution of the app usually happens via email, and the app is loaded on the mobile device via a wrapper application. This allows for almost immediate results and skipping the need to submit each app for review with the managers, the target app store, iOS, Android, Windows, etc. Check how much coding the app building platform requires to access advanced features. Some basic functions are generally available automatically, but check if things like GPS, search, and camera access require code scripts to be written or if they can just be selected from an editor. You'll want to select the platform that has less or no coding required. When testing your app, evaluate if the end user of the app will understand what's required of him. Are they supposed to submit data? Are they supposed to review the app daily? Do a few test runs of the complete workflow and see if the results they produce will be satisfactory for the business. Most of the testing should be completed in-house. This is one of the most critical parts of the app building process, and most of the time should be spent on this stage in order to refine the app. External developers have a weakness in this stage as they don't fully know your business, and it's never always clear how the requirements translate into a fully fledged app. On the other hand, using an app building platform can help you by reducing the time to get a prototype live and spend most of your time testing the app, finding the sweet spot of functionality for your employees. 5. Deploy your app. Most of the business app builders include simple methods to deploy. For example, they use a link sent via email to each end user. The end user follows a few steps to install the wrapper app and then the business app. The deployment process usually takes less than 5 minutes. Check if the app builder solution includes additional security, such as user access control. External developers will charge an additional fee to provide user access control in the app. This can increase the price of the app, if built by an external developer, to the tens of thousands of dollars. In-house app building platforms usually include the security options or are linked to a cloud provider that will manage access control. This will help you reduce the cost and keep high levels of security for your app. 6. Define your new app project. Upgrade the current app or build new ones. Rinse, wash, and repeat. Once you have an app running and you notice the benefits of better data that is always up to date, you'll identify new areas of improvement. In-house app building platforms will help you quickly iterate new versions and explore new opportunities at a very low cost. Simply put the tools in hands of your employees for better data collection and management, and they can come up with great solutions. Some of the app building platforms can let you provide app creator accounts to your employees where they can create their own solutions at a very low cost. You want to evaluate the cost of upgrading and maintaining the app. If there is a high incremental cost to upgrade an app that you know will iterate in many versions, you may want to explore lower-cost solutions so you can iterate often with different views of your data. Tips. Evaluate your data needs before you start searching for a vendor. If you go with the in-house option or through an external developer, Knowing your data requirements beforehand is going to save you a lot of time and money. Most app building platforms have a free trial period or service. Check the experience with each one of them to see if it matches what you need. Sometimes the provider will require that you are also subscribed to another their products. Keep this in mind when deciding which way to go. Make sure that the business app is truly connected to your data and is not just a pretty representation of static data that you need to manually refresh. If you need to manually refresh the data every time you want up-to-date results, look for another providers, because the cost of maintaining the app will be too high.